In 1975, Kodak invented the world's first digital camera, yet by 2012, it filed for bankruptcy. What happened to this once industry titan? Let's rewind to the late 1880s when George Eastman founded Kodak, revolutionizing photography by making it accessible to the masses. In 1888, Eastman introduced the first Kodak camera, which came preloaded with enough film for 100 exposures. The slogan famously stated, "You press the button, we do the rest," encapsulating the simplicity and convenience Kodak offered. This innovation turned photography from a complex specialist activity into a hobby anyone could enjoy, cementing Kodak's place as a household name. By the 20th century, Kodak wasn't just a company, it was an institution, synonymous with photography itself. It rode the wave of the rapidly growing consumer market, establishing a near monopoly in photographic film and cameras. At its peak, Kodak controlled about 90% of film sales and 85% of camera sales in the United States. It was a golden era for the company, with the iconic yellow and red Kodak boxes becoming a fixture in homes around the world. Fast forward to 1975, and Kodak unveils a groundbreaking innovation: the digital camera. This first digital camera, invented by Kodak engineer Steve Sasson, was a boxy device the size of a toaster that used a cassette tape to record images. The initial prototype captured black and white images at a resolution of 0.1 megapixels, a far cry from today's standards but revolutionary at the time. However, rather than embrace this new technology, Kodak hesitates. Fearing it would cannibalize its lucrative film business, Kodak's leadership decides to shelve the invention. Vince Baraba, a former Kodak executive, recalls this as a critical error, a classic case of innovator's dilemma, where companies fail to adapt to disruptive innovations that threaten their existing business models. As we enter the 1990s, digital photography begins to disrupt the traditional film market. Competitors like Sony and Canon embrace the new technology, taking bold steps into the digital age. Sony's Mavica, introduced in 1981, paved the way for consumer acceptance of digital imaging, and Canon's early investment in digital technology positioned it as a leader in the emerging market. Meanwhile, Kodak clings to its past, investing heavily in film and traditional photographic processes. The film sales that once filled Kodak's coffers begin to dwindle as consumers increasingly turn to digital cameras for their ease of use and instant results. By 2004, the financial impact is undeniable. Kodak is bleeding money as digital photography becomes mainstream. The company struggles to keep up, burdened by a refusal to abandon its legacy business. The digital era demands a rapid shift in strategy and investment, yet Kodak remains tied to its traditional roots. With debt mounting, Kodak's stock, once valued over $90, plummets to less than $1. The company, which at its peak was worth $31 billion, sees its market value collapse to around $500 million. The stark decline is a testament to its inability to pivot effectively in a changing technological landscape. January 19, 2012 marks a dramatic turning point. Kodak files for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Thousands of jobs are lost. The once iconic American brand, a pillar of the Rochester, New York economy, is brought to its knees. The human cost of Kodak's downfall is immense. At its height, Kodak employed 145,000 people. By 2012, that number dwindled to around 17,000. The impact on Rochester is profound, with the city losing a significant source of employment and economic activity. Local businesses that thrived on Kodak's presence struggle to survive, and the community feels the ripple effects of the company's decline. Investors and stakeholders are left with significant losses. Those who had believed in Kodak's enduring success find themselves grappling with the harsh reality of its financial collapse. The broader economic impact is felt throughout the region, as Rochester's identity as a hub of innovation and industry is challenged by Kodak's failure. Emerging from bankruptcy in 2013, Kodak attempts to pivot, focusing on digital printing and commercial services. But the damage is done. Its reputation and market share are severely diminished. Antonio Perez, CEO from 2005 to 2012, is criticized for his inability to steer Kodak towards a digital future. Despite his efforts to shift Kodak's focus, the company's deep-seated reluctance to abandon its film roots proved too great a hurdle. The root cause of Kodak's failure is clear: an inability to adapt to the digital age. The story of Kodak serves as a cautionary tale about the necessity of innovation and adaptability. Vince Barabba's words resonate: "The choices we made set us on a path to bankruptcy." Kodak's failure to embrace its own invention highlights the perils of resisting technological change. In an era defined by rapid technological advancement, Kodak's story remains a powerful lesson: embrace innovation or risk obsolescence. The lessons learned from Kodak's decline are not confined to history. They are a guide for navigating the fast-paced world of technology today. Companies must remain vigilant and open to change, willing to disrupt their own business models to stay relevant. Kodak's journey from pioneering giant to bankruptcy underscores the importance of foresight and the courage to embrace the unknown. As industries continue to evolve at an unprecedented pace, the cautionary tale of Kodak is more relevant than ever, reminding us all that innovation is not just an opportunity, but a necessity for survival in the modern world.